How's it going, everyone? Matt Leighton, and welcome to episode 2 of the Arlington Insider. In this video, we're going to learn about how to start a small business in Arlington. We're not going to give you the idea, but maybe we're going to give you some tips, tricks, and maybe some pitfalls to avoid when you're looking to start a small business in Arlington or learn about people that have started a small business in Arlington. So I have with me as a guest today Judy from the Olive Oil Boom. Judy, in 30 seconds, why don't you introduce yourself, tell the people a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Judy Westfall, the Olive Oil Boom. I am a retail owner, a woman-owned business, an olive oil tasting room. I have a gourmet shop and an olive oil tasting room.
Excellent, that's perfect. Yeah, we're surrounded by so many different types of olive oils. Me, like probably many people out there, I did not know this many types of olive oil existed. But let's start by talking about small businesses in Arlington. And what I want to know first is, Judy, why you chose Arlington to do business, because when it all comes down to it, I think there's two main groups of people that are watching this video, maybe more than that, but the first group is going to be people that are interested in starting a small business in Arlington and want to know that facet. And then the second part is maybe those people, maybe this is a little bit larger of a group, about those that live in Arlington that want to know and understand the process of starting a small business in Arlington to make sure that it's competitive when we're looking at a lot of competition from neighboring jurisdictions like Alexandria, Falls Church, maybe you consider Georgetown, these types of locales. So why Arlington?
First of all, we've always loved Arlington. 3 of our 4 kids live here, and they've always loved the area. And every time I've come up to visit, I realize it's such a clean, beautiful area. I also find it to be a really good growth area, especially where I move, where I'm located here in the courthouse area. All this corridor down from Boston, Clarendon, Courthouse, and Roslyn have all grown dramatically. There's a lot of population here, and it's just good demographics.
Yeah, certainly. It's a 75-degree day in November. They have an outdoor patio, lots of foot traffic. We're a couple blocks between 2 different metro stops, so certainly a great location. Was it always Arlington, or and you were looking for the right spot, or were you considering other places?
I quickly considered other places, but I personally thought Arlington was the most beautiful and the most foot traffic and the best place to be for growth.
Love it. So how was the process of starting a small business in Arlington, working with the county? Not to go too deep into the weeds, but what was it like doing business just starting out?
As a new business owner, never have done this before. I worked for other companies, but it was quite a challenge.
Yeah.
There's a very hard process as far as permitting. You don't know what permits you need. You don't know what process to obtain them in, and so it was very challenging. It was very challenging, and I learned a lot through the whole process. You
learned a lot, and you opened up, so you were challenged, but you moved through with it. And I think opening up a small business in Arlington, that's been a common topic recently. It's November. We have a very interesting election next week. And even locally, we have a county board seat that is up for grabs. I think this year it's maybe not as competitive as last year when there were 2 county board seats open, when Mr. Dorsey and Ms. Crystal both, I think Mr. Dorsey more, preached that he was going to work to help small businesses open up easier in Arlington County, because let's face it, there's a lot of commercial vacancy around town. There's a lot of loopholes that people have to jump through, and obviously this is a top of mind issue that the county is facing and that small business owners want to kind of see facilitate better as you work through the process. So with that being said, were there any issues as you moved throughout the process? Any major roadblocks that you came to?
Well, honestly, in retrospect, I would have obtained a really good realtor to begin with.
Okay.
And the reasoning I tried to do
I didn't pay her to say that either.
No, I didn't. No, I immediately thought that because they would have known the demographics, exactly what spaces are you know, that would fit into my retail that I wanted. There were so many things that I could have learned by not trying to do that on my own.
So you did it all by yourself.
I started all by myself.
The first store, flagship store, there's no prior experience.
But I also, I think the good thing I did was obtain help through Arlington Economic Biz Launch. They really helped me as far as questions or getting over some obstacles that I had. They were fantastic.
Good. That's great to hear. So Arlington County has the resources on hand to assist you throughout the process when need be. Were there maybe any specific changes that you'd want to see in terms of the length it took to get permits or something along those lines that you think would instantly maybe open up the gate for more small business owners? Anything specific that you'd like to see changed?
Yes. Walking into the permit office here locally is like walking into a huge doctor's office where there's doctors everywhere. You're not sure which one to go to. You're not sure which one you should go to first. And you wait a very long time, you know, probably at least 2 hours, maybe 4. And then you might have to come back because you don't have the exact paperwork. So yes, I think the process could be changed. Like I said, I had assistants, Biz Launch set up a pre-code meeting for me, which really helped. I thought that was fantastic. Good. And I had an expediter, a permanent expediter, which was a really good thing to have here in Arlington.
So what was the timetable from you submitting the paperwork to opening the door? Was that a year? Was that 2 years? Was that 5 years? Was that 6 months?
Well, there were some issues. So we did have a 6 month or 6 to 8 month delay, I think, in the process. But once we got started, we moved really fast. I had a really good contractor, and I had, you know, just the right people working for me, and I think that helped a lot. Always pick the right people to work for you.
Definitely. Definitely good advice. Speaking of advice, what advice would you have for those out there in Arlington looking to move to Arlington that are thinking about opening up shop? Because me personally, I'm an independent contractor, so I kind of wish I had the experience you had about working with the county, working with permitting, but I don't have that until I open up a brick and mortar store. Maybe you're opening up a brick and mortar store, or maybe an at-home business where there's still you know, business licenses you have to go through. So advice that you have for people opening up a small business in Arlington?
I would definitely be educated first. I'd get a good realtor. I'd get a good attorney. Make sure you have a good local attorney. Make sure you have a good contractor in place, an expediter. All those are very important. And I also, right before you sign, make sure you understand the rent and the CAM fees. And make sure you understand what's about to go in around you that could affect your CAM fees in the future. Got a nice little project going up right there. Definitely. The Wells Fargo building. That's rising up very quickly. Great, so hopefully with that you learn a little bit about small businesses in Arlington. This is a fantastic shop. I like the loft feel to it. It's pretty cool. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about the olive oil booth? That's a cool name, and I'm thinking it has something to do with oil. Yes, it does. So where did the name come from, and where did the inspiration come from? So although we haven't talked about olive oil, I can already tell you're passionate about it. So very much so. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. The olive oil boom came. My husband and I decided this. We both have quite a few years of experience with the oil industry, the crude oil industry, I should say. And so we thought it'd be nice when we moved up here to combine a different type of oil, more of a healthy oil, health-conscious oil. Perfect. And so I'm very proud to have these olive oils and balsamic vinegars. I have about 66, I think, right now, different varieties, all different countries, and it's very high quality. Good. Yeah, when I came in here, I was expecting just olive oils or just oils and maybe a few balsamic vinaigrettes. I am looking at hand face wash. I'm looking at other maybe foods, I don't know, jams. So in addition to your bread and butter, literally speaking, sorry, figuratively speaking, there's not olive oil bread, I don't think so. What other products do you sell? I have a whole gourmet area too, which kind of complements my main products here. We have pastas and sea salts and all different wines, wine, beer, cheese that you can enjoy outside.
So you have a liquor license too.
I have an off-premise ABC
okay,
license.
gotcha.
So people can enjoy it outside.
Perfect. So it's olive oil, balsamic vinaigrettes, and then anything that you would immediately think to have with those foods, you have that as well.
Exactly.
Perfect. And now to wrap things up, why don't you tell the people the top 3 things that you need to know about Olive Oil Boom? Let's hear it.
We have a huge variety of products.
Huge variety of products is number 1.
The highest quality in the world.
In the world, those are, that's a big,
yeah, we're
okay.
UP Up certified, Up premium, extra virgin olive oil.
Where do you get, do you ship them in from
I have
Italy?
one distributor that single sources from top producers all over the world.
Okay. So you get it, are some domestic, some international?
There's some California olive oils, yes,
okay,
that are
so
becoming very popular.
All over the world. Yeah. Excellent. And then the third thing that someone needs to know
is oh gosh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Third thing, you're able to taste everything before you purchase. So you can decide what you like. We have recipes that go along with it, and so you walk out of here liking what you purchased already. So, and hopefully come back.
Perfect. Yeah. Repeat customers, and everyone's a satisfied customer. You get to try it before you buy it. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Judy. There you have it, the top 3 things you need to know about Olive Oil Boom. I want to thank Judy, my guest, for joining me. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.